Have you ever had a company roll up into your inbox only to offer you a $200 offer for you to do an entire dedicated YouTube video for them? And you're like, what? $200 for a dedicated video, and you think, oh, wow. I've talked to so many of my YouTuber and creator friends over the years, and it's extremely funny how companies try to bamboozle you. And even in my opinion, kind of like commit fraud, like $50, $100, $200 for a brand deal. It's not even enough for a 20-second mention. In today's video, we are going to talk about how you are going to immediately triple, quadruple your rates, how to negotiate in price for 4- and 5-figure brand deals, and get meaningful long-term sponsorships on your YouTube channel. Now, if you're excited and have been wondering about this for a while, go ahead and type in brand in the comments. Give this video a like, it helps support, and let's get to it. Now, the tricky part about brand deals and sponsorships is there's no magic workbook out there or instruction manual or Kelly Blue Book for how much creators are to get paid per X amount of whatever. Okay, and it all varies by YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, which I don't know about TikTok anymore. There's so much drama with it getting banned over the past 3 years. But what I can confidently talk about is YouTube and how to price your very special videos for your channel. So let's get into it. And this is a disclaimer. This is what I use, but this by no means is what you have to go by. This is just a rough draft. Okay. This is me saying, like, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a brand and sponsorship advisor. This is just what I do. So do it at your discretion. However, this has worked really well. So let's talk about what I call the baseline metrics for pricing. Let's just dive into it. So if your channel is getting anywhere from 75,000 to 100,000 monthly views from long form content, right? This isn't from shorts. Like if you have a channel full of short video views, that's not really going to work and be convincing. So I would say a dedicated video, you should be charging $4,500 or more. Okay. For a 60 to 90 second integration or mention, charge between 2,000 and 2,500 views confidently. And we'll talk about why confidently in a second. So for the tier of 30,000 to 50,000 monthly views, a dedicated video, you should be charging between 2,000 to 2,500. For a 60 to 90 second mention, you should be charging anywhere between $800 to $1,000 for that, and scale your pricing up or down based on these metrics. Okay. And let me clarify what dedicated video means, because typically I've seen a whole hundreds of requests in my inbox that I've honestly just ignored because they're just not a good fit and they don't have the budget either. A dedicated video means at least a video that's typically about 8 minutes or longer. So if your YouTube videos, let's just assume the average for most creators' videos are like 8 to 15 minutes. So I would say a dedicated video takes up like 70% of the video is how I've always looked at it. When I do a dedicated video for a sponsor, they've always been at least 15 minutes or longer because I just have so much to talk about and demonstrate. I'm usually sponsoring a tool, an online business tool, a software. I don't think I've ever sponsored with like a physical product, but I get to know the product in and out, how it applies to my business, how it could apply to my audience's business, and that will take up a full dedicated time. So that is a dedicated video. A video mention is exactly what it sounds like, where you're talking, the majority of the video is about you, your brand, your topic, whatever you want to talk about, but you quickly mention the company and their product very quickly in 60 to 90 seconds because it relates to this segment of the video. So for example, if Epidemic Sound were sponsoring this video and I talked about how important sound was to your blog or your videos in general and how copyright-free music is very important, you could insert a clip about, hey, by the way, this video is sponsored by Epidemic Sound. They have an entire library of copyright-free music, etc., etc. And then you say, hey, link in the comments, link up here. And then that's what the mention typically looks like. Now, beyond this, there's other things companies will ask for. For example, can you send your email list a blast? Well, you would calculate that based on your email, like email size, the open rate, the health of your email list. People can ask to put their link to their product in the first page of your comment section. So the pinned comment in your comments is a source of traffic. Companies can ask that you can put the link in your community tab, because that's also another source of traffic. So the more places you put the link, the more you can charge. Like, oh, hey, add-on, if you want me to give a shout out on my community tab and do a whole carousel, that'll be an extra $500 or whatever the case may be. So all these things you want to clarify with the brand, because the more that they want exclusivity, the more, or I wouldn't say the more, but if they don't want to do revenue share, then your price is definitely going to go up, because there's nothing in it for you except for a one-time fee. I always go for the affiliate commission part plus an upfront fee, because then I could make, passive income from this video on top of the upfront fee that I get paid for my time to script it authentically, have my editors do an incredible job, because we go above and beyond for our sponsored videos. But I wanted to mention, like, revenue share, exclusivity, all those things are incredibly important and should be reviewed in the contract as well. And one thing I want to advise is subscriber count and view count. Like, there was one company once who wanted to pay me like $2,000. I think their budget was $2,000 for a dedicated video, and I was able to negotiate $4,800, I think. So their argument to me was, oh, well, you only have, at the time I had 100,000 subscribers, and for your channel size and this and that, we typically, don't X, Y, Z, whatever. It was just so stupid. And I'm like, listen, my audience loves topics about websites, because it was a website involved software. And I was like, here's some case studies of my own videos. Here's some case studies of traffic I've generated in X, Y, and Z. And they're like, okay. And I was able to say, like, look, the subscriber count on my channel has nothing to do with anything. It's all about the amount of views and the quality of those people that are actually watching the video and who are going to potentially buy the product. And I had high quality in both of those areas. Also consider that, hey, you are a busy entrepreneur. You're most likely a coach, creator, course creator, subject matter expert, real estate agent, or however you identify as a business owner. You're wanting YouTube to generate traffic for your own clients, to generate your own leads to your own business, to promote your products and services. So when you do a sponsored video, keep in mind they are stealing your traffic. They're paying for it, but that's why they need to pay a premium price, is because they're taking away the opportunity for an evergreen video to send traffic to your brand. So this is why when companies ask me my rates, I'm like, you probably can't afford my rates, or I shoot very high. If I want to be paid $4,000, I'll be like, hey, I charge $8,000, and then negotiate down from there, because I know my worth. And especially now that I've been doing high ticket sales for my own program, I'm like, like, a number is just a number. Like, people will be like, oh, I don't have the budget. And I'm like, you don't have the budget, but you have budget to do paid ads and send cold traffic to your products with, like, so here's what gets me is, like, people expect for creator sponsored videos to be cheap, which blows my mind, because when you're investing in YouTube ads or Meta ads, you're investing so much more money in that, because you have to have the team to create the ad campaigns, to create the videos, to create these lookalike audiences, to season a pixel, to drive traffic to a landing page that you don't even know if that converts. And it's so stupid to me that all of that costs way more than paying someone with a warm audience and dedicated video. Like, hey, this person's going to take care of all the creativity, all the ad campaigns, all of that. And they have a warm audience, and that warm audience is interested in what you have to offer. So that makes me even more upset, is like, hey man, like, we meaning myself and all other fellow YouTube creators, we're doing the very heavy lifting, and we're doing this campaign from beginning to end with the warm audience. Like, pay what we're worth. You could not get away from paying Meta $2,000 to get 100,000 views. Like, that's not even a real thing. One of the biggest mistakes I've made in brand deals and sponsorships is not charging enough and having a video go super viral. And I'm glad it did. That's cool. But I'm like, man, if I would have known it was going to go viral, like over 200,000 views, 300,000 views, I would have charged like 10 grand, 15 grand for this. So heal whatever traumas and limiting beliefs you have about your worth, because that's just whatever you're telling yourself, like, I could never charge 9 grand for blah, blah, blah. That narrative should go from I could never to wait a minute, next brand deal or offer that comes in my inbox, I'm going to start pitching high just for fun. It's just a game. Just negotiate. It's fun. One thing that helps a ton is to at least have a couple of things. You want a media kit and you want a pricing guide. So a media kit is something where it explains your brand, who you are. This could be on an actual website. Like you can build a funnel that has a media kit. Mine has been in a PDF, just because it's, I don't know, whatever, but it has the pricing guide of everything. And you want to make sure you put starting at. Okay, so a dedicated video starts at $4,000, but it has metrics of your channel, like demographics, how many views you've gotten, how many subscribers, where your audience comes from, like are they US based, are they from Europe, or what type of countries, what are they interested in. So it really gives a full picture to the company of what the targeting of your channel is like, because that's a fair thing to ask, because with meta ads and running paid advertising, like you can really get targeted to country, demographic, age, etc., etc. So a media kit will explain all of that. Pricing guide, it could be just one document. It could be like a 4 or 5 page document that has the pricing guide. You can have the pricing guide of everything. So your dedicated video mentions, it could talk about add-on prices of, do you want a community tab post, the add-on price of putting the link in the first pinned comment, the add-on price of sending an email blast to your customers. And here's the thing, don't just focus on video sponsored things. You can have companies and brands sponsor your course, right? Like you can say, hey, pay me to incorporate your product and service to have it be featured in my course. And this is the way that I've gotten a 18 grand sponsorship, where this company paid me $18,000 to do, I think I did 2 videos for them. I did an email blast, and what I did was I created basically a mini course within one of my bigger courses about their software, and I demonstrated the tool. It was well worth it for them, because they were not only dipping into my warm audience, but my hottest audience, who were my buyers. So when I convince, or when I recommend a tool that not only I use and I really like, but my buyers are like, hey, I need a recommendation for this. And I'm like, yeah, here it is. And on top of this, I have an entire course on how to use it. They're like, oh yeah, no brainer. So that was a really fun one. That was a lot of work. So it definitely, I put in the work for that 18K, but that is how you can diversify some of your brand deal and sponsorship income, is thinking outside of the box. It's like, hey, how can we collab outside of me mentioning your product in my videos? Awesome. If you like this video, you definitely want to check out the next video coming up, all about how I'm taking this channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and 0 to 100K views within a 60-day time frame. So check out that video right here, and I will see you there.